Hi, this is Dr. Justin here, and today's talk is on sleep issues. I think everyone knows someone that has a sleep problem, or maybe you do yourself. So again, sleep issues are very, very common, and sleep is very important because most of your growth hormone output actually occurs between 10 p.m. and 2 a.m. So we really want to make sure we're getting to bed on time and getting high quality sleep. So when we go to sleep, we actually go into 4 phases of deep sleep. So we start off at phase 1, and then as we get into deeper phase 2, then we hit phase 3 and phase 4, which are considered REM sleep. And this is where a lot of the restoration occurs. So we want to make sure that we're getting all phases of sleep. So essentially we go from phase 1 to 2 to 3 to 4, and then we go back out 4 to 3 to 2 to 1. So we want to make sure we hit all phases so we can get optimal growth hormone output. And this is going to help us restore our mind, our body, our muscles, so we can be ready the next day. There are common sleep aids out there on the pharmaceutical side like Ambien and Lunesta, and these may help us sleep, but one of the big side effects of these medications is you don't feel rested when you wake up. And the reason why that happens is because we only get into phase 1 and phase 2 sleep. We don't really get into the deeper phase 3 and phase 4 sleep cycles, so our sleep isn't as restorative. We aren't able to restore our neurochemicals and our body and our growth hormone levels optimally, so we don't feel as good in the morning. So why is that? So some of the common factors why we can't get to sleep is we just have too much energy before bed. We maybe have our cortisol levels are high, or we have too much anxiety. So what's driving that? Well, the first things first is our sleep environment. Is our temperature right? I like 65 to 69 degrees Fahrenheit for a temperature in the bedroom. This is very important so we don't wake up sweating. If you are waking up sweating, sometimes it's helpful to wear socks or to wear more clothes, because some people, they overheat because they actually aren't wearing enough clothes. Their body starts increasing the body temperature and then it overshoots and you start sweating. So if the temperature is correct in the room and you're not wearing too many blankets, try putting some additional clothes on. That may help your body regulate its temperature better. Next is lights. If we're having lights in the room, alarm clocks, a night light on, maybe being exposed to too much TV or tablet or laptop in bed, the lights are going to essentially stimulate cortisol, and cortisol's on a seesaw with melatonin. So when cortisol raises, melatonin drops. And melatonin is that hormone that allows us to sleep long and deeply. So again, a lot of the solutions don't resolve around just taking melatonin. We want to actually do the things on the lifestyle side that will allow our body to essentially relax and decrease cortisol and increase melatonin naturally. So the sleep stuff like the lights, decreasing TV right before bed, decreasing laptop use, making sure our curtains are really dark and keep outside light out, keeping alarm clock lights down, keeping the cell phones away from the bed, all other light, just keeping it totally out of the room so it's pitch black. And make sure you put your cell phone on airplane mode so we don't have that EMF floating around the room, which can help keep us up as well. So what can you do on the supplement side? Well, there are some specific amino acids that can be used to help lower cortisol. I'm a big fan of phosphorylated serine, and I'm really a big fan of looking at your adrenals before bed. So there are tests such as known as a cortisol rhythm test that can measure your cortisol throughout the entire day. And cortisol typically is high in the morning to help us wake up and lower at night. So it's really good to get this test done so you can see where your cortisol levels are at. And if they are elevated at night, using some specific serine amino acids can actually help lower that cortisol level and allow you to start to relax more. Also, there are some natural herbs such as valerian and L-theanine and things like that, lemon balm, that are natural benzodiazepines like a Xanax. It's more of a natural approach without the side effects, and it can help reduce that anxiety so it's easier for you to relax around bedtime and so you don't feel so anxious. But doing all the lifestyle things are going to help tremendously. All right, now what if you're waking up in the middle of the night? Well, some of the main driving factors of waking up can be essentially low blood sugar. When our blood sugar drops in the middle of the night, that causes an adrenal or cortisol or adrenaline release from our adrenal glands to help raise our blood sugar back up. And when our blood sugar comes back up, it wakes us up so that we feel a little bit jittery, maybe our heart's palpitating or beating a little faster when we get up, and that's because our blood sugar dropped. So that's happening to you. Some high quality proteins and fats an hour or two before bed can be very helpful. Many people say, well, you shouldn't eat before bed, but I'm a strong advocate. If you're not getting a little bit of protein and fat a couple hours before bed, your blood sugar may drop in the middle of the night and you may wake up. And also, some people wake up as well if they're having toxicity issues. Chinese medicine, the liver hours between 1 and 2 a.m. So if you're consistently waking up at the same time, looking at toxicity exposure or running an organic acid test in regards to toxicity can be helpful so you can see what pathways are not working properly. So there are many things that can be used. I'm a big fan of not going after melatonin right away. There are a lot of natural things that can be used, specific amino acid blends and herbal blends that can be used first. Evaluate exactly what's driving your sleep issues and then fix it specifically. If you have any other questions or in regards to your sleep issues, feel free to visit justinhealth.com. You can watch more of our videos and or call or email the office. We look forward to helping you. Thanks. I hope you enjoyed the video.